love I deserve. As people, we put walls up because we are afraid of getting hurt. As people, we put our hearts on ice because we've been hurt by our past. Not necessarily always a relationship of love. It's been a family member, a friend, or just being disappointed by life, period. I am she that went on dates alone to understand me. I am she that understands my power. I am she. Welcome. I am your host, Sheena Godine, author of the book called The Mask Behind the Mask, and also the book called Unveiled, The Broken Piece of Mask. Today, we are going to talk to some awesome ladies that co-authored along with myself in this awesome book called Affirmations for Women on a Mission. And I'm super excited to hear all their thoughts on about the project, how they love the project, what made them come to be one and the same in this project, and just get to hear the reasons on why in the affirmation they chose. So, how are y'all ladies doing tonight?
Doing great.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for asking.
Yep. Glad to be here.
We have everybody on the screen now. Hello, JC.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
No problem at all. So I'm going to just start by who I see and go around, and everybody can introduce who they are and where they're from. So I'm going to start with Nicole.
Yep. So I am Nicole Kirkland. I'm from Michigan. My acronym is the Profitista, and I do financial coaching. I'm a CPA, and I do financial coaching, but a step up is that I actually work with businesses on, first of all, knowing what their financials are, and then going a step further in just kind of setting a plan to improve the situation to make them profitable. So that's what I love to do, working with small businesses. And I'm glad to be a part of this project. Sometimes we don't think about the financial side of the mind, the thinking process and the healing process. So I'm really glad to be a part of the crew of the ladies.
Awesome. Next, may I have Dr. Denise Dennis? Sorry.
No problem. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies. Thank you so much for the honor and the opportunity to be here tonight. I'm Dr. Tadzia Dennis. I am a higher education consultant. I own Tadzia Co. Consulting. I do higher education consulting. I've been in higher education for a little over 20 years. I'm also faculty with the university, full-time faculty with the university right now as well. I am in the beautiful suburbs of Phoenix in Chandler, Arizona. We're about 75 degrees in our days right now. So just enjoying the lovely weather that we are having. It's an honor to be here. And my affirmations are affirmations for life. And I'm just, blessed to be a part of the project and amongst you ladies. So thank you so much.
You see how she teased us with how beautiful it is over there? Because it's only like 20 degrees here in upstate New York. I'm freezing. Yeah. But enjoy that sun for me, because Lord knows
Will do.
I need some of that. Next up, can I have Miss Natasha?
Yes, good evening, ladies. So I'm joining you from Toronto, Canada. So I can relate to the cold. It's not warm here. And I am a private practice therapist. I'm a registered social worker. So I work as a therapist, and I do public speaking. And after following through on a bucket list item, I'm an amateur comedian. I thought I was only going to do it once and loved it. And I've done a bit of stand-up for the last 2 years. So a little bit of a mixed bag. The journal, I talked about what I called Unmasking Fear. And I just looked at fear dresses up in different disguises. And so we think we've addressed fear, but we don't necessarily know to address it when it comes to us in a different way, and how to recognize the different ways that it comes to us so that we're not living our lives bound by fear and the limitation that creates. So that was what I touched on in the journal.
Nice. I love that. And you talk about unmasking, and my books are about masses. So
I saw that. I loved it. I was excited.
What a blend. Miss JC, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, indeed. I am JC Gardner, also known as Jackie Gardner, and I'm currently in Maryland. And by day, I'm a national advisor at an international faith-based organization. But by night is where my passion comes in. And I'm an author, a ghostwriter, a writing coach, a speaker, and a poet. So I really, really thrive and I really come alive when I'm working with new, seasoned, or aspiring authors, helping them bring their projects to life through the power of the pen. That is something that I just truly, truly enjoy doing, working with people, especially to bring their first book forward, but I also work with seasoned authors as well. And my affirmations are really focused on reclaiming your destiny,
Mm.
like really walking into your purpose, because I feel like so often we tend to put our destiny, we delay it because we're helping so many other people get theirs done. We're helping the kids, we're helping our parents, we're helping the husband, we're helping our friends, and next thing you know, so much time has passed by, but yours is still laying in wait, just waiting for you to activate it. So I just want to encourage women to, yes, you can do this. You can do this.
So true.
That is so awesome. And I also have something in common with you. I'm a poet and a spoken word artist, plus being an author. So, see, I tell you, just relatable. And that is what I got from the fact of the title of the book, Affirmation for Women on a Mission, because I'm also a contributor author as well. And my piece, I talked about healing. But the thing about it is, we all collectively still relate to each other with every piece we added to the book. So I hope and I pray everybody gets everything we're delivering through the words that we're pouring out into this book. So, everybody, can y'all tell me what made y'all decide to be a part of the project? And I will start with Miss Natasha.
So for me, when you get good information, you have to share it. And as I was led, and I'm a Christian, and the Lord was showing me how fear was limiting my life and how I was missing it. And so as the Lord started to uncover this in my life, I was like, I can't keep this to myself. I got to tell other people. I bring it to my clients in therapy when I see it happening in different aspects of what they present. And then the opportunity for the journal came up, and I just thought, this is information that we have to share, because I could look back and see so many ways that I had talked myself out of something because I used logic, I used obligation, I used any number of things. And all these words were just fear wearing a different outfit. So I was like, listen, it's time to uncover it, unmask it, and address it, so that I don't want to live with the limits that it was creating. And so, for me, I don't feel like if I'm learning something that's not just specific to me, that I think it's a lesson for everybody, then I feel burdened to share it with others. And so that's where the journal came up in perfect timing. And in every opportunity I get, I have this conversation with people.
Nice. Next, Nicole.
Sure. So, my reason for joining is, I'll make a real short story. I do a lot of financial coaching, and I would always assume that with financial accounting and all that stuff, you really didn't get to tap into people's lives and get an understanding of who they are. But in financial coaching, I realized that most of my sessions became therapeutic. They were like outpouring their life story to me and trying to figure out why they were having these issues around financial matters. And so it almost became like a win-win when I found out about this opportunity to kind of share what I've been learning, and talking to other people about the financial fact of things. So mine is, my money mindset is, I respect money, therefore I attract it, right? Because a lot of people are just trying to figure out how to increase their income, how to make more money, what things are they doing that needs to be changed or improved. And I just felt like this was a great opportunity for me to share just some things I've learned, some little tidbits to kind of open up that understanding. So.
Nice. Next, we'll have JC.
I joined this project because I thought, what a phenomenal way to not only network with other fabulous women, but also come together to help a lot of women too. So my main purpose of joining this particular project, I was like, wow, affirmations for women on a mission, as was already shared. We have so much to share with each other. And I feel like this book, and so many affirmations going to be in here, I really want to help somebody. That's the main thing, and I feel like we're all here to help each other, whether it's press through, get through, move through, climb over, get over, go around. I feel like there are so many messages, and a lot of times I feel like people have the same experiences as others and they downplay it. Well, or they say, well, that wasn't as bad as mine, or mine is not as bad as theirs. But the thing about it is, each of our experiences are so unique that something that we said is for someone. So that was my main reason, was actually being able to collaborate with a number of phenomenal women to help other women also overcome whatever obstacles they may be going through, or maybe even teach. It's a teaching moment as well. So it's really a lot of reasons, but those are some of mine for why I joined this project.
I love it. And Miss Denise Dennis, Dr. Dennis. Me and my names and words is just not coming out today.
It is okay. Most people call me Dr. T, and it works. It works.
See, there go. Yep, that's what I'm going with.
The affirmations that I shared, and all the ladies really did, really summed it up so well. But the affirmations that I shared came out of truly my life experiences. And we wear so many different hats, as stated, and we do so many different things. A lot of times we work with everybody else, support everybody else, love everybody else. And in the process, we forget about ourselves, and we suffer, we're pouring from empty cups. And, throughout the time of my life, I was married for 20 years in an abusive relationship. I was with someone who was a narcissist after that, and you experienced so many things in the process of that. You wear a silk screen. People don't know what's really happening. People don't know what's going on, and people don't know who you really are. And so my affirmations came out of experiences where I had moments of peace, moments of time where everything was okay. And I could really think about what was going on in life, and what was happening, and how to make things better and how to be better. And so, this collaboration came with women who are like-minded, who experience things in life all the time. And we're constantly experiencing, constantly moving forward, and constantly on a mission. So it was just tremendous opportunity to share, to be with like-minded women, and to hopefully help women who are experiencing all things that they're experiencing in life.
Now, did all y'all ladies purchase the book and read through the book already?
I haven't read that yet.
Now, have y'all had like maybe a favorite affirmation y'all found from other authors in the book?
I haven't been through the book completely yet, so I haven't found a specific one. It's just a phenomenal, it's just tremendous. Looking at everybody and seeing everyone's experience and seeing how life is different, even through, the financial, as my sister here stated about finances, like that's something that we have to deal with constantly every day. And women over the household, money is what we think about. We worry about with paycheck to paycheck. I mean, just to have affirmations to go along with that, every one of them is just tremendous.
Now, question for everybody. Is there, like, besides the book, is there like a specific affirmation that y'all use to empower yourselves doing the mission of being a woman and all the hats that we wear and all these things? Because so many times you have to find that moment where there's something that has to pull you and ground you together. Like, is there an affirmation that y'all have specifically elsewhere besides from the book that y'all might use to inspire your life?
I actually use an affirmations app. So it sets you to repeat each affirmation 3 times. And there's a series of affirmations you can choose from it and ones you can set. And so every day you say 5 affirmations 3 times. And then if you want, you can repeat it. But it gives you an opportunity to continue to speak into your life. Plus, I got stuff posted all around my house. I got them on the fridge. I got them here. I've got them in my office. So I set some affirmations and I just post them around. And I use a series of them. But I think the most impactful for me on times where I'm feeling untethered is I'm exactly where I need to be. Because sometimes I get caught up in this should be happening and this should be happening, and just reminding myself I am where I need to be and I'm going to get where I need to go. That's what usually works for me.
Yes. Anybody else?
I have an it's not a set affirmation, but I have an affirmation that I wake up in the morning and I just speak to what I'm grateful for. Because, once you start your day, you're gone and go bad or good or whatever. But if I start my day just in gratefulness, I find that my mindset is just better for the day. So the affirmation is never the same. I just speak to what I'm grateful for.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Amen.
Yeah.
I think my affirmation is really, God's commandment in that to love others the way that he loves us. And I try to remember that all the time. I try to be the person that leaves people and environments and things better than the way that I found them. And so that's what I live by. And I work towards that. I try to work towards that every day.
I love it. I love it.
And I use an affirmation, sort of an affirmation, but it's a reminder too, where I like to tell people, your DNA makes you deliberately not average. You are deliberately not average. And I have to remind myself of that too. I am deliberately not average. I am uniquely made. I'm a masterpiece. I'm one of a kind. And no, I'm not going to think like someone else is going to think. And that's okay because I was deliberately made, not average. So that's one that I use a
I
lot.
like it. I like that. See, that might have to go on my mirror.
I wrote that down.
That's awesome.
Look, that's all God downloaded, y'all. Y'all know these things, especially as a writer, these things of, I'm a visual person, but they come into my spirit. And I'm like, God, that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the anointed pedigree, right? That's the anointed pedigree, right?
Right. So, next question. Now, we had a comment, so we're going to read the comment. It says, I love affirmations, speaking kindly to yourself, and it will flow in and through everything in your life. I love it.
I like that.
Thank you. Yes, I like that. So my question to you is, a lot of times when we write things, we send a message and we expect some type of form of something for the person to get out of it. So y'all joining this project, what do you hope women that's on a mission that purchase this book get out of the book? And I'll start with Nicole.
So I did 2 affirmations. One was a focus on finance, and then one was just talking about pretty much hitting rock bottom from my own experience, and just how to come back up and how important it is to come back up. So what I hope is that someone reads it that is, I don't want them to be in a necessarily desperate place, but someone that may read it that is in that place, that they can see that it's possible to bring yourself back up, and just how I did it.
I like that. Natasha?
What I'm hoping, because one of the things that occurred to me when I was doing the piece that I did was the idea that sometimes we feel like we're spectating our lives rather than living it. And what I hope for women is that they can step into their lives versus viewing the life that they want. They can step into the life that they want.
That's nice.
Nice. Like. Next, Miss Gardner.
Yeah, so I actually did 5 affirmations because I had so much to say. But one of the ones that I just, that's a real hefty question. What do I want women to get out of it? But one of the things that I talk about is another phrase that I coined called POSD, pillar of salt disorder, that we're always facing and looking back in our past, but don't let your past define you. I'm sure we've all heard that in many different ways. So that's one thing I'm hoping that women will see, is that your past really doesn't define you, and that each one of us, as well as all the other authors that contributed, I'm hoping that they will be able to see that no matter where you are, no matter what your circumstances are in life, that there is hope on the other side. There's always, I always say, every day I wake up and have breath, I have another day to reset and get it right. And that's what I'm hoping women will see.
Yes, I love it. We have somebody that said, thank you and God bless. And then you have Modern Proverbs Woman, the Virtual Hour said, hey, queens.
Hey.
Next we'll have Dr. T.
I also did 5 affirmations. The one that really touches me and the one that I use the most often would be the only thing in life that can't be fixed is death. You know, we deal with so much on a day-to-day basis. We deal with so many different things, so many different hats, so many people pulling at us. And at some point, everything gets to be 911. Oh, the kids need this, the husband needs that, the job needs this. Oh, my mama's calling. Oh, this, oh, that. And everything seems to be 911. And it just causes so much stress and so much anxiety and so much more, takes so much more out of us. And it's like, you know what? These things can be fixed. Take a deep breath, take a moment back, find your Zen place, and then regroup and get back in it. Even if you're taking 2 minutes or 3 minutes just to you, just to think and say, you know what, this will all be okay. The only thing in life that can't be fixed is death. We can make this happen. We can do it. May not be done in my way, but as long as we get to the goal and it gets done, we made it happen.
Absolutely,
And that's
absolutely.
what resonates with me.
I love it. I love it. So my question to, you know, a lot of times as authors, you have a lot of people to ask the question, you know, how do you become author? Or I was thinking about doing it, but I don't know how to get there. So what advice would you give to someone that's looking to venture into the author writer world that just pertains to what we do? I will start with Natasha. Oh, nope, she's not here right now. She went away. Dr. T, we'll start with you. Oh,
Hi. Sorry, I
I
didn't
knew
catch
you
the
was
question.
working. I know you was behind the scenes working. So I was going. But did you hear what the question was?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
The question I asked was, how would you give somebody that's looking to become an author? Like, what advice would you give them to, you know, to start their career?
I would recommend what I did. Like, this is the first, other than a publication I wrote in my field of study. I would recommend getting in on a joint project. I think that's a fantastic way to get started. And there's many of them out there. So it's a matter of finding the projects and then seeing if you can become involved, because it doesn't require as much writing, but one, it connects you to some really amazing people. And in addition to that, it gets you started in that process of getting your thoughts down, doing that editing, going through those steps. And so I think for me, that was a really great step forward, because I know the book is there. I don't know all the topic yet, but I know the book is coming. So for me, this was a good stepping out of my comfort zone. If I'm going to talk about getting rid of your fear, I got to do it myself. So this was a good step forward for me. And I would recommend to women who aren't really sure, or even doing the self-publishing route, because for a lot of people, they said that was their first step, and that was very effective for them.
Nice. Dr. T?
I agree. I think collaboration the first time is tremendous. I think it's a great opportunity to get out there. Don't quit. Don't stop. Write down your thoughts. You know, I can wake up in the middle of the night at 4 o'clock in the morning and something has come to me and I'm like, I got to write this down. I got to do something with it. Write down your thoughts and connect and collaborate. There's a number of people out there who are willing to assist and support and help in becoming an author. There's a number of Black women, especially, who are out there who have businesses to support you becoming authors. So whatever the case is, find someone who you match with, someone who is going to appreciate your vision, who's going to support your vision, and just keep working at it and move forward.
Amen. Amen. We will go to Miss Gardner.
Yes. So what the ladies have already shared is fantastic, especially for those who want to be a first-time author. Starting in a collaboration is a great way to begin, because I feel like it's less stress. You know, especially if you're like, I'm not sure what to write, because a lot of times collaborations have shorter word counts. So you'll be able to, you know, get it done quicker and you'll feel very accomplished. But if you want to dig deeper into the writing world, I just say write a little bit each day. Some people do journaling, some people do diaries, some people have blogs that they do regularly. All of those three things I mentioned, believe it or not, can be turned into an actual book. So if you're already doing journaling, if you're already blogging, if you do a diary, if you're already keeping, let's say, different anecdotes, different stories, if you're already documenting those, believe it or not, you probably have a book in the making. And writing is not the only way to capture your thoughts. I want to also share with you that you can also use your voice recorder. That has saved me many, many, many times. A thought will drop. I'm in the car. I can't write. I just say, Siri, record. I wish it was that simple.
Right.
But y'all get what I'm saying, right? I
Yes.
start recording my thoughts on the phone. So, and it has actually saved you because you can take those thoughts and actually upload them from the notes section on your phone, in case you didn't know that. And then you automatically have the makings of whatever your entry was going to be. So keep, if you want to be an author, keep writing. And those are all the different tools that you can use to get started, including what the ladies already shared.
Absolutely. Miss Nicole?
For me, I started off contributing writing based off what I knew. So I did a lot of contributor writing on finance stuff. And I just found that I really liked writing, and it really kind of tapped into that creative side that I didn't think I had. So I would say to the person that's thinking about it, step out the box, be authentic to yourself. And like everyone else said, write down your thoughts. And I believe it'll just grow from there.
Yes, absolutely. Now, some of us, I think this might be our first or maybe multiple of collaborations. How did y'all feel about how the project went as far as y'all are going through the process of being a part of this anthropology? Because, I've been a part of maybe, I think, let me see, maybe 8 or 9, maybe more. I stopped counting after a while. But everybody has a different process. So how was y'all experience with as far as being a part of this anthropology? It's not even words is not coming out today. We start with Miss Nicole.
Yeah, I love the experience. This is my first time doing a group book. I should say that. It's my second time, but the first time it was just more of a submission. It wasn't how we collaborate and how we talk and how we've had interviews together. And Tiffany made the process so smooth that I would love to do it again. But my experience has been great.
Nice. Dr. T.
I agree. I don't have anything to compare it to. This is my first time as well. But if it gets any better than this, and I don't know that it could, because it's been tremendous and it's been amazing just to, it's been so smooth. The communication has been amazing. And I haven't been left in the dark on anything. So it's just been an awesome experience.
I love it. I love it. Miss Natasha?
It's my first experience as well. The only thing I have to compare it to is a dear friend of mine was in a collaborative project for a book. And so in my head, I've been comparing, and this Tiffany knocks it out the park. Like just the detail, the excellence, it's just amazing. Like I'm even the opportunity to come and chat here, just things like that. I love it. It's been fantastic. So I've been really grateful for the experience.
I love it. I love it. And Miss JC?
Yes, I think this is my 5th or 6th collaboration. And this is one of the best. Like, this experience has been absolutely one of the best. Clear communication. What I really enjoy too is if I send an email or put a post on Facebook, someone responds right away. So I'm like, wow, this is really excellent. So I think the process so far has been wonderful. Really wonderful.
I love it. I love it. I definitely want to give Tiffany D. Bell a big shout out. She was supposed to be here tonight, but unfortunately the internet wanted to just be crazy. But just know, Tiffany, we love you. We're gracious for this project. We love everything you're doing, and you're just totally awesome. I'm definitely going to say thank you for the opportunity to allow me to be on a platform with all these amazing women, plus the ones that are coming on, I think the 29th. I think that's Friday. Don't quote me, but I know it's the 29th. I'm having the rest of the girls come on as well. Okay. But Tiffany, you're awesome. Keep doing the amazing job. And we're going to keep pushing this project to infinity and beyond. So my next question is, a lot of times people are trying to go into business. And I mean, I say a book is a business because your book is a brand. What advice could you give people out there that's trying to be an entrepreneur, that's trying to get into the entrepreneur field? Because I say entrepreneurship is not for the weak, because if you ain't got the strength to do it, you ain't ready to be in it. So I'm going to start with Miss JC, sorry.
It's okay. Look, I knew it was me. It's all good. It's all good. So, like I said, I have a writing coaching business and ghostwriting service. And when I first started about 4 or 5 years ago, like you said, it's not for the faint of heart. But the best thing for me was having the right circle. That was like so key. I had so much support. I had so much love. I had so much contacts. I did a lot of networking, so a lot of that was really helpful to me. And starting out helping people write their books, I just knew it was something that I wanted to do. So I started looking at other models, seeing how other people were doing it, and then of course I had to sprinkle some JC in there too, add my own flavor to it. So there's a lot of a lot of small business associations in the neighborhood in your local vicinity probably have business plans and things that you can use. But basically, I would say map out or outline what it is you want your business to be. Like write it out, literally write it out. See if you need money. See if you need time. Do you really have the resources to do it? How are you going to fit it in if you're working full time? It's like so many questions that you could do, like self-discernment before you even launch into it to know that you're ready. But for me, again, it was that sisterhood of support that really held me down. And then me going, well, pre-COVID, going to as many events as I could, talking to as many people as I could, to get it off the ground. So you need customers in order to be in business.
Yes.
So that's just a few tips. There's so many, but that's just a few from my perspective.
Yes, I love all them gems. I might have to go write them down and add them to the list. Because, listen, before COVID, I was out at all events, and in this process, I'm still learning because after COVID, I was only one book in at the time. I'm like, my first book came out in 2019, and then I did a book in 2020 in the midst of COVID. So I learned the virtual world real quick,
real fast.
real fast.
Real fast. And I think the virtual world has allowed us to be even more in these streets, as they say, because now you could reach across aisles, across oceans even, but you still have to have that network and that connection. So
Absolutely. Before I have the rest of y'all ladies speak, I am going to go on a commercial break, and we will be right back.
Introducing to some and reintroducing to others. Speaker, entrepreneur, motivational coach, and author, Sheena Gadine. If you wish to contact her, you can contact her via email at sgadine16@gmail.com, or you can visit her website, www.theladybehindthemask.com.
Gotta love the internet. It just wanted to break up my whole video, but it's all right. Next we'll have Dr. T.
Can you remind me of the question one more time?
The question was, we have a lot of entrepreneurs that like to, how to start into their business. Is there any advice that you can give them starting into their, legway into, the business entrepreneurship?
Thank you for that. It's JC had mentioned and talked about writing everything down and getting everything together, getting your thoughts together. I actually, in my business, I assist small businesses and entrepreneurs in getting their businesses together and legitimizing their businesses. So EIN numbers and the tax ID numbers and writing business plans. So taking all the thoughts that JC was speaking of and putting it in a business plan, so that when they present themselves, there's never a question about their legitimacy, and they've got every bit of their documentation and everything done and ready to go. So I think it's all about just making sure that you know what you want to do, how you want to do it, and making sure you're legitimizing it. You've got all your paperwork, all your T's are crossed and I's are dotted, and you're moving forward that way. And then you don't have to stress and worry about anybody who asks you any questions, because you can say, I got everything that I need.
All right. I like that. Yes.
Contact right in the house.
Listen,
Contact Dr.
look,
T.
listen, Dr. T about to go on my friend list.
Okay.
All y'all on my friend list because I'm, you know how you say that sisterhood. You might need to question that.
Yes.
Hey,
I got you. That's right. I got you.
I'm still learning. I'm only about to be on my third book. So listen, I'm still learning through this journey.
Okay.
Next up, we are going to have Natasha.
So what I would say is know that there's a difference between skill set and business savvy, because sometimes we approach entrepreneurship based on where we have talent, we have skill in an area, but having business savvy is not the same thing. And so you have to do your research, you have to read, you have to talk to other people. And that kind of connects to my other thought of, if you can get in a mastermind, get connected to people who are doing, other entrepreneurs, people who are doing similar things, or even just you want to be connected to somebody who's further ahead of you so that they can give you some of the advice, because you don't need to learn everything the hard way. And so having these dialogues, I know how much time I've saved by hearing from other people what tripped them up in their process. And I'm like, okay, so I either have the choice of repeating that unnecessarily, or I can benefit from what happened with them, and I can take some steps to mitigate that and streamline my process in my entrepreneurship.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Miss Nicole.
So what I went to was totally financial side. So as Dr. JC said, have a plan. And in that plan, I want you to also understand what your costs are going to be. What is it going to cost you to put out this book, so that you put your price point at a point that you can make a profit? Because I know we love what we do. We want to help the community. We love our sisters. Yeah. But we also want to make some money. Correct? So those are what I would say. And also understand copyright. I'm all about protecting what you create, protecting your brand, protecting, it becomes your asset. So those type of things, just make sure you're comfortable with that when you go into being an entrepreneur.
I love it. I love it. I hope y'all catching these gems. They are dropping them tonight. Listen. And if y'all ain't catch it, go back on the replay, get your pen and paper and start writing. I'm just saying. Because a lot of times people is dropping information, and if you're not teachable, how are you going to be able to learn? You got to be able to take in some of the things that people are giving to you. And some things you just got to listen. Sometimes you ain't got to talk. Sometimes it's meant for you to just listen.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you guys out there, listen and write, because they telling you all the things that, the mistakes that you don't want to make. And in order to learn them, it's always learning from someone else's mistakes, or learning from somebody that can show you the way or the path that it is to take. So I'm going to give each of y'all a moment to talk about what y'all do, and, how people can, like just the other business you do besides being an author, like, being, networking, tell people what you do out here in these streets. Like you said, I'm going to start with Natasha. I keep doing it, and she always be right. We gonna go with Miss Nicole. We'll go with Miss Nicole. I'll come back to Miss Natasha.
Okay, great. So I have two businesses. One is that I'm a CPA, so my practice is called By the Numbers CPA. Like I said, located in Detroit, Michigan. So I do taxes. It's that time of year, individual, corporate, estate, all the taxes you can think of. And then I also do accounting and business consultation for small businesses. My next venture is called The Profitista. It's fairly new. I'm launching into financial coaching, because I found a need to actually really tap into the small business owner and help them from the ground up in making their business profitable. So I've just developed some programs to kind of walk people through that. And I'm really excited about that one, because it takes me out of the box of being just a CPA. I get to talk and meet and, help people. So I'm excited about those two.
I'm excited too. I'm loving all that. Told you, I'm put all y'all on speed dial. I am gonna have next up Dr. T.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And, Ms. Natasha, I just want to say that I work with a number of small businesses who could truly use financial assistance in your services. So I'm so glad to hear you speaking tonight. So as the owner of Tadzia Co Consulting, I do a number of things. Not only am I a higher education consultant, and my world is higher education, I help students, all students, in every phase of their education and wanting to get a higher education. And I support them, whether it's coming in as a bachelor student or associate student, not knowing what you want to do and where you want to go, to editing and supporting dissertations and helping individuals get their PhD. So I help at all levels. My business is Taz and Co. And the co part of my business is that I also support other businesses. So when I speak with my students and when I consult with my students, I listen to them holistically. And if I identify that there are other needs that they have, then I will refer them out to my business partners. So I have business partners, Tribundant, which is financial health and wellness solutions and things that everything from financial planning to marketing your business to health and Medicare and all of those different things. I have a group that I work with, a company I work with called Courageous Conversations that helps families have conversations that are difficult and sometimes hard to get through. So I support other businesses in the process of my business. What I did with in true higher education format, I am an educator by heart to my heart entirely. What I did with Affirmation for Women on a Mission is I created a companion course to go along with it called Affirmation for a Life of Zen. And like Zen are those moments that I find and that I found that most of my affirmations came from those moments in time where everything just might be okay for just a little bit of time, where you know your kids are safe, where you know your bills are paid for this month, where you know the lights are on and there's food. I can walk to the refrigerator and get something to eat. I can go to my car and there's gas in it, and it's just a moment where you know that everything is okay. And that's what I consider my Zen moments. So my affirmations, I took those and I created a course to go along with them. And you can find that and I've decided to bundle them together so you can get the book and the course together as well. So if you go to lifeofzen.tazcoconsulting.com, you can find the bundle there and you can get all of that information. I'm looking forward to being a part of the next book that's to come based around CEOs. And I've already started creating a companion course to go along with that. When I tell you I'm higher education, I'm all about education, whether it's book knowledge, whether it's street knowledge. We're all learners, lifelong learners, and we all take the opportunity to learn each and every day. My motto is to change the world one student at a time while celebrating the diversity of thought. So that's me.
I like that. Dr. T, make sure you go in the chat, like, or that's the screaming, the one that's screaming, and put that in there so they'll be able to go to your website to get that bundle and stuff like that. Ms. Nicole, make sure you put your information in there too, so they can start following you and connecting with you as well. Miss Gardner.
Yes, honey. You can call me JC. It's all right.
I mix it up. I'll call you JC.
You mix it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah.
You know, you got to be versatile in here.
Yes, indeed. So, as I mentioned before, I am a writing coach, ghostwriter, speaker, and a poet and an author as well. But I really, like I said before, I really thrive on helping people write their books, bringing their projects to fruition. However, I'm all about the literary world. I'm like that literary person. I'm like that person that likes to work on your newsletter for you. I'll do your blog post for you. I'll go to your website and find edits for you. I'm like that person. Your resume needs a refresh, I'm your girl. So anything that's like really related to that writing world, that's where I really, really find my niche at. And ghostwriting, in case for those people who don't know, ghostwriting is when you have a book inside of you, you really got to tell the story, but you struggle with writing, you don't have time to write, you know, you don't find any joy in it, but you know that you have a story. So what you do is you hire a ghostwriter, and then I actually write the book on your behalf. And when it's done, I give it over to you, and you do whatever you would like to do with it, because now you are technically an author, because you have a completed manuscript and you're able to take it and go on out there and promote it as your book. That's what ghostwriters do. So there's a lot of ways to get your story out, and that's something that I just really enjoy doing. I'm very passionate about working with authors. And I want to say what's real different about me is I'm that one-on-one person. So you don't come into my ecosystem and then you get moved over to someone else, which is fine. That's nothing, there's nothing wrong with that. That's outstanding. It's just I'm so invested in it. I just enjoy that one-on-one partnership and that one-on-one journey and working with you until the end of the project, until it's ready for the publisher to say, yes, it's good to go. So that's what I do in my
I love
spare
it. I love
time in the midnight hour. You know how it is.
Ooh. Dr. T, you have someone from Georgia, Woodstock. I think Miss Howard, Letitia. She says she love you, Dr. T.
Oh, I love you back. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Miss
Natasha.
Natasha, because I don't think you were here when we was asking the question, because I know your internet went out.
Yes, I'm having quite the evening.
It's okay. I think all of us is having technical problems.
Yeah. But this is the most ironic thing. My greatest topic for speaking is resilience. So if I can't handle this, like I might have to stop what I'm doing because I need to be resilient in the midst of, whatever's going on. So
Right.
I work as a therapist. I guess the question was, what do we do, right? Aside from I'm a therapist, so I work in private practice. Right now I'm working solely virtually, but I'm going to move to a hybrid practice as things calm down with COVID. I just transitioned out of working for a hospital a few months ago. So now I solely work for myself. I do public speaking on resilience, mental health, self-esteem, anti-Black racism, diversity, you name it. So I do speaking on a number of topics. My most favorite topic is to talk about resilience. And now adding to this the unmasking fear piece, just looking at all the ways that fear is presenting itself and limiting us. But ultimately, almost everything I do is related to things that can get us stuck in life. And I want to help people get unstuck as much as I can. And like I said at the beginning, I am an amateur comedian. So that I don't put a lot of time into just yet. I started it, COVID happened. So I did a few virtual shows. And I discovered, as much as I don't mind a virtual show, I didn't realize till I was sitting how much I use my body. So I feel limited because I can't walk around and I can't do my theatrics in my comedy. So I miss doing it in person. I look forward to getting back to that. That's what I do.
I love it. I want to see one of you. Tell us a joke since we sitting here right now.
This happened when I was on the Kim Jacobs show. There's always like people like it's almost like you say you're a comedian. They're like, make me laugh now, go. Right? Tell you a joke. I'll tell the same one that I told. So my dad is from a small island in the Caribbean called St. Kitts. Very small island. The population is maybe 45,000. And my very Christian family was having a reunion during Carnival. And we were slated to go on a boat cruise, and the boat cruise we were going on was canceled, and they gave us tickets without us knowing to the XXX Carnival boat cruise, which came with its own set of jokes because we were seeing a lot of stuff that, let me say, you don't see at church. So in addition to that, I was chatting with a gentleman who, we had a good conversation going back and forth, and he realized a ways into the conversation he hadn't asked me my name. Well, like anybody with manners, he says to me, well, what's your name? And I said, hi, I'm Natasha. And rather than telling me his name and then giving me his nickname, he leans back and says, them call me Crackers still. And I had this flash of, Mom, Dad, this is Crackers. Pastor, this is Crackers. I didn't eat Crackers to be my lawfully. And I was like, no. And the joke is, till this day, I don't know what his proper name is because I think I was so stunned by his presentation of just telling me that they call him Crackers and then being dumbfounded by that I forgot to say, but what are you really named? So it will forever be Crackers in my mind, and that's all I'll have.
I love it. You got me with tears over here. Yeah, I'm ready. Listen, I can't wait COVID over. I need to see a show. Need those laughs. But we're almost at the end of the show, and it's sad because I'm enjoying y'all. I tell y'all filled me tonight with all the greatness and the powerful things that y'all are doing. Y'all are amazing, and I wish Miss Tiffany was here so she can be amazing today too. But she's out here being amazing as well. Because one of the comments she dropped on my Facebook, she said, "Yes, I think this was when we were talking about books. And she said, yes, getting started on a joint project is an excellent way to get started as an author. Small steps through the guidance of collaboration. And that is so true, Miss Tiffany. Absolutely. So before we leave, I would like each one of y'all to give someone a pot, like an inspiration or a motivation or empowerment thoughts for them, carry them through the rest of the week. We will start with Miss Gardner.
All right. The inspirational thought for the week is be careful of the voices inside your head. Be careful of the voices inside your head. Make sure you are listening to the right voice. Protect your mental space at all costs. Keep your peace. It is at a premium. And should someone come up there trying to ruin and wreck your peace, tell them you don't have no time for that. And just make sure that you ease your way into that Zen moment Dr. T talked about. Because once you lose that peace, it's almost like everything else goes downhill. So protect your mental space at all costs. Keep your peace. And I pray that all of you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed week.
Amen.
Amen.
I wrote that down. Listen, I got some stickers. I said, "Oh, yes." See, I added that to her. See, listen. You gonna have me back the phone for the week? Yes.
Protect it.
You have to listen. Protect your peace at all
costs.
Next up, we will have Miss Nicole.
I was just thinking I was going to say protect peace, but that's okay.
Hey, like mine.
Yeah.
Think alike, right? That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, I would say be empowered to set boundaries. Be empowered to set your boundaries.
Oh, I like that too. Empowered. You said be empowered to set boundaries?
Yep, to set your boundaries.
All right. Listen, I'm writing all these down. Don't be surprised y'all see them on my post and I'm gonna put your name under them. This is the motivation for the week. You said be empowered to do what now? I'm sorry.
To set your boundaries.
Got it. Set them boundaries, people. Next up, we gonna have Dr. T.
All right. My message is that you are not different, you are diverse. Being different means that there's a standardized norm of human being, and I haven't found a perfect person yet. You are diverse in who you are. Celebrate your diversity of thought and know that who you are, what you think, what you feel, and what you do is amazing. And it's diverse, and it needs to be heard, and it needs to be experienced.
I love it. And next, we will have Miss Natasha.
What can I say? I would say that your life is outside of what you're scared of. Step outside your fear zone and step into your life.
Step outside the fear zone. That takes me back to when I be talking about faith over fear. My one quote is that, I talk about a faith over fear because so many times we fear the unknown, so we don't step into it instead of remembering that you got to have faith over the fear and just step into that uncomfortable zone. So I love it. I love it. I love it. It's been an honor to have all y'all ladies on this platform today. Anytime y'all want to come back, promote, network, I'm open. Just email me, inbox me, all the above. I thank everybody today for tuning in to the Affirmations for Women on a Mission. This is only a few. It's a lot more of us. This is only a few. But y'all grab y'all copy. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna bless you from morning, noon, night, and day. You're gonna get some inspiration, some impact, some motivation, a little bit of everything, and you get educated along the way. So grab the Affirmations for Women on a Mission. It's out. It's the ebook and the hard copy is on Amazon, and we just please grab your copy and leave us some reviews and tell everybody, your friends, your family, your cousins, your uncle about it. and tell them to go get it.
Yep.
As
Yep.
always, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. And as always, y'all know this is Testimonial Tuesdays. I do this 3 Tuesdays out of the month. Anybody that has a testimony that wants to bless Victory of the Minds group and everybody else on this platform, we are open for it. Just email me, contact me. You can always email me at escadine16@gmail.com, or you can contact me on my page or the Victory of the Mind page. As always, we thank y'all for tuning in, and everybody have a great night. And ladies, I appreciate y'all, and y'all have an awesome weekend.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you all. It's a pleasure
Dennis,
meeting
thank
all of
you.
you. Thanks for all those who tuned in too.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Join host Sheena Gardner and Lyrical 7 for Testimonial Tuesdays for 3 Tuesdays.
Videos don't want to play.
Join host Sheena Gardner and Lyrical 7 for Testimonial Tuesdays for 3 Tuesdays of each month. The testimonies that their guests give are not only life-changing, but they are also powerful and emotional as well. So please, join us as we go on this testimonial journey.